Yeah, my phone's recording. Is your phone recording?
And I just started recording.
Just now?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Wow.
Sorry.
What?
I'm getting.
Jeez, Louise. It's not like we've not done this for 9 weeks.
We haven't gone
dropping
a single week without some kind of a technical issue. So.
Okay.
We're still we're getting our feet off the ground. We're what? This is an episode 9. Yeah.
Dang.
Episode 9.
No,
I think we know what we're doing right now, but we don't.
Your feet are on the ground still. So.
What?
Said your feet are on the ground still.
Okay. What do you mean?
It's a bad joke. It's a really bad joke.
Oh, we haven't. Way over my head.
You said we're getting our feet off the ground.
Yeah, that didn't click at all. Welcome to the Midnight Snack Podcast. What, Brandon, I had to do your job. You're the one that always.
I'm trying.
You're stuck over here on your phone. Are you talking to like somebody? You
No, I'm
somebody
trying.
Right now?
I'm trying. Okay, listen. On my Apple Watch, I changed from the grid view to the like inline, like what do you call that? Whatever that other view is, where you can scroll up and down through it. And I was trying to find my timer.
Not grid view.
I'm not an Apple guy.
And because of that, I will take back my job. Welcome to the Midnight Snack Podcast. My name is Brandon.
My name is Kevin.
And I am Adam. And we have our guest, Sean. How you doing
Hello.
today?
Pretty good.
Sean is in the future right now, actually. He's 5 hours ahead of us.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Whew.
It's in the future. So how does, 11:38?
Yeah.
Oh, I can do math quick. That's what 6 years of working at a school does for you. I only made it up to addition and some division, but that's all the further we got. But,
I've also dropped out of school too. So
yeah. I was not a college kid either. I was the kid in high school that I was at the classes. I never skipped. And we have I don't know how you skip in high school, but
Yeah.
you just go hang out in the bathroom, which is awkward. But first
right.
semester of college,
The eternal peace.
I went to every class, and then from first semester on, just got downhill, and I'd be sitting in the union with everybody else. And I'm like, what time is it? Got to go to class. Do I want to go to class? No, I'm not going to class.
Nah.
I had the worst thing. It just always makes me laugh. I had an art history 2, and it was literally about talking about famous art paintings and stuff from all throughout history, and it was composing them, breaking them down, and how they 7:55 in the morning.
Nope.
Lights
Nope.
are off.
Whoa.
Lights are
Whoa.
off. And the caveat of all of that is the professor, I think, was about as old as the paintings were. And he used 2 actual slide projectors.
Wow.
And so 7:55 in the morning was the start, 2 days a week. My desk was the last one by the door. I slid in about 8:05 every day and took a nap. The lights are off. What do you expect a 19 or 20-year-old to do at 7:55 in the morning in an art history class?
And then
And
every
I
other,
Right.
wake up going, yeah, that's cool. Okay, I'm out.
and then you ace the test.
Yeah, there was not a lot
With
to do.
art, everything's kind of left up to interpretation.
Yeah, it's
so
not
it's
a lot
like
to do.
this one makes me feel sad.
The only thing to do at the end of the semester was our final exam, and I actually did
I have
model.
a friend that straight up told me that she has a 4-hour video that she has to watch about the history of art, and I'm like, that
that's what-
sounds super boring.
That was that
Yeah.
class basically.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
I
this
would have
week's
skipped too.
yeah. No, I just didn't even skip. I don't know why I didn't skip it, but I just got there late every day. I mean, we only had 2 days a week classes, but
Yeah.
So this week is our first week, episode 9. We have a really awesome guest, Sean. He is the senior videographer for Complexity Esports, which is
Dope.
what's the ranking of how big? I don't know how you compare big wise of esports teams. I mean, Complexity is up there in the top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
I mean,
15.
it's
I think 15 years going
Yeah.
since 2003.
It's crazy.
So, would
But
you say?
I've only part of the recent history of
Yeah.
it.
Would you say top 3 in the world, kind of big? Or
We were top 5 in
Yeah.
CS:GO
Wow.
about a week ago.
That's crazy.
And we had some unfortunate situation that happened, so now we're top 10. But
I'm pretty sure I could kick your butt.
Wait, he doesn't. Do you even play CS:GO?
I was gonna say,
What do you-
No,
what-
I know,
what
I know
game?
he's no. Well, no, I don't play CS.
Kick his button. What? Go ahead. What would
Whatever.
be the game? What would be? So if you had to pick a game to have to challenge 1v1, what would you do? Bro?
Among Us, bring it.
Among Us. Of course, sounds good. Or Fall Guys.
Yep, Fall Guys.
Fall Guys.
I didn't get that game.
I didn't get it. I played a couple times, but I didn't actually buy it.
Blizz has it. How'd you play it?
How'd you play it? Then?
I think I played it somewhere else.
Oh.
I played at someone's house once.
I mean, it
once.
just had to be
That makes sense.
just had to be frequently.
Yeah.
You lose memory.
No,
About
I
that
forget. I
already.
don't know where I saw it. And I
Must have been
played it
very
for a
memorable.
moment.
Must have been a very memorable person that you hung out with that night.
Nope. Wasn't good.
No, apparently not.
It definitely didn't
Nope,
like.
they don't listen to this podcast.
No, it didn't aid me in wanting to purchase it either because it's still $20, right?
I don't know. Dave.
I thought it was 30.
I don't
I
know.
think it's $20.
I thought it was 10.
All right,
If it's
I'm gonna
10,
say it's $5.
$1.99.
Take it or
My
leave it.
best offer.
$1.95.
It's my best offer. You were also the 2 times Esports Videographer of the Year finalist. That's
Yes, sir.
Whoa.
that's like legit.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. So what was that? 2019, 2020, right?
Yeah, 2019. I didn't really expect much because everyone told me it was like a popularity contest. But I just threw my hat in the ring and I was just like, all right, I'm going to strive for it, see what happens. And once the nomination came through, I was full of static and I was just like, whoa,
I
this is a
know.
real thing.
I ran across my Twitter feed and I was like, holy crap. I was like, I know that guy. I'm like, dude, I know him. It was weird.
By the way, I remember now how I found you. I was working in a different org before Complexity, and I was their like social media / like I think they wanted to build a streamer team.
Oh,
It's called Infamous,
oh,
and
yeah.
I
feel like
I had them.
Yeah.
I recommended
yeah.
you as a Rocket League
Yeah.
player.
So I ended
Yeah.
up working with him.
He's
and
gone
we-
downhill since then. He has no idea what he's doing Rocket League anymore.
Chewy and I casually play, but yeah, no, I actually played for them. Actually, I don't know if you hadn't known I went that far, but we communicated, and I had we had a team that we did. We didn't get very far because we sucked at the time. But
Was that before you joined Chewy?
no, we knew.
That was with Chewy and
But no, because
Antonio?
I can't play with them because they're European.
Oh, that's right.
So-
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
Yeah, Region Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had Milky and
Yeah.
Milky and Extremity.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
I mean,
those were
remember the
teammates.
names. I watched the.
But yeah, we did that. We did. We tried out for the our first RLCS. That was the second time
Qualifier?
I've done, yeah, of the open qualifiers. We made it decently far, and we actually played one of the teams that they were called Upper 90. They've changed through different players now. But like after watching them, I'm like, I'm pretty sure we played them. I looked through the bracket like a year later. I'm like, yeah, we played Upper 90. And they kicked our butts. It was kind of like, we always kind of like, as we went through the tournament bracket, and then once we lost, we kind of like chose the last person that beat us. And we were like rooting for
Yeah.
them as we watched them go through the bracket online and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a different thing. It was like, it was nerve wracking, even just playing the open
Yeah.
qualifiers. We made it through a couple rounds.
Sure.
But
Yeah. I had big plans for that org, and Complexity came with a bigger offer, and I was like,
yeah.
well, peace out.
Yeah, I would definitely. Just knowing where they were headed, they were getting there. They're getting their feet off the ground, but they were mainly in Call of Duty. I think was their game at the time.
Yeah.
But I don't
They
know
were
if
doing
they're
amateur stuff.
yeah, I don't even know if they're anything right now. If they're still around.
I don't know if they're. Yeah, I haven't seen any tweets from it
Yeah.
for a while.
But yeah, I was gonna say that. So that was. I don't think I actually knew that. For some reason, that was kind of cool though. That's how. So yeah, this is 2020 and it's a doozy. So you're over in Europe area. You're in London, 5 hours ahead
Yeah.
of us.
Yep.
When did you get over there?
I left July 23rd.
Okay. So I thought,
My boss. So for the start of this year, 2020, of course, COVID happened. But I was in Madrid when it was picking up steam in Europe.
Dang.
I think now looking back, I think when we landed, the CS:GO team landed in Madrid, the cases like doubled from like 1,000 to 2,000 cases,
oof.
and it was ramping up speed. But we were too focused on qualifying this minor, like the major, the CS:GO major. It has a minor system, so
yeah.
we had to qualify for that. So
Yep.
we got a very last minute, like Friday. It was like February, like late February. We get a call at like 4 a.m. from another team being dropped out from the EU bracket, and they called my team Complexity. They're like, "Hey, by the way, we're going to give you the invitation spot, but you have to be in Europe in the next 24 hours."
Oof.
Wow.
And so I woke up. I woke up that morning. And my boss was like, "Hey, this might be crazy, but you might be on a plane. We know we told you a plane like next week, but it's actually in 24 hours or in next 4 hours."
I was going to say, I think faster than that, right?
Yeah, JK.
I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back and sleep because I'm pretty sure this is a dream."
So is this your first time ever going over to UK or?
No,
okay.
I've been here a couple of times through CS:GO.
Nice.
I mean, that alone is impressive to me. Just the ability to travel like that. That's literally the
esports,
on top of like
Yeah.
I was watching some of your videos this week, and like quality is like it's top notch. I mean, it's really really good.
Thank you.
Just quality,
Thank you.
quality. But just being able to travel like that, it's got to be like as a secondhand experience. It's got to be pretty wild too.
Yeah. When I first got into esports, I really wanted to be the travel videographer.
That's awesome.
And when I first joined Complexity, I was not the travel videographer. I was just in like the in studio.
Had to work your way there.
Person. Yeah.
So, how many places have you actually
I worked
visited?
my way up. I mainly went to. I've only traveled to Europe so far.
Okay.
I really want to go to Asia, but so far it's UK or London,
Mhm.
Sweden, Germany, France, Spain, and Poland.
That's awesome.
That's wild.
That's amazing.
So like what did you do photography like for other things before you started doing it for esports or?
Yeah. I was a wedding photographer
Okay, yeah.
and videographer. Then I have multiple like I guess skills that pivot me into esports. So I was a social media marketer before esports.
Okay.
I was a web developer, photos and video. So I was building all these skills, and I didn't know where to point myself. And an event called CWL or Call of Duty World League happened in Dallas. And so I just kind of said, "All right, I have all the skills. I'm going to apply it to one thing. Here you go, esports."
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's a booming esports is just crazy right now.
Right.
To see where it just goes each year, it just compounds on how big it gets.
Would you say that COVID in itself helped kind of propel esports a little bit due to the fact that, you know, people can kind of do it online or that kind of stuff, or did it really not make a change?
I don't think it made any change. I mean, there is now an increase of gaming time for most people because everyone's at home.
Sure. Yeah.
Sitting on their couch.
There's more streamers now, I think, and all the webcams are either sold out or being resold at a higher price.
Yeah.
I did run a tech company, and I was looking for webcams for a customer of mine, and I had to pay almost $400, $300 and some dollars for their webcam as a C920.
Which is like a 50 or
it's a
$50
$70
cam.
And it's just nuts.
$50 before COVID, now it's $400.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
And Brios were even higher. It's like $800 for
yeah,
one.
might as well just.
Yeah.
And it's like at that point, just buy a DSLR.
Yeah. I mean, you could just buy a nice DSLR rig at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we went online only for a tournament, all the tournament TOs or tournament organizers just told us, "Hey, you need player cams. Every player needs a player cam."
Yeah.
And so we got stuck in Denmark for one, and two, everything was price gouged to like the highest thing possible. And so I was just like, guys, we need webcams, and we don't have we have the budget for it, but I think it's not. I don't think it's really necessary to buy a 500 C920.
Yeah, that's not money well spent.
No,
basically.
Right.
Probably could have gone to Walmart or something and got one of those like handy cams for $100.
Yeah. But sadly, it was Denmark, so no Walmart, and also everything was closed because of COVID.
That hit over there too, I bet.
Hit over there first before it hit here. Basically, we were the last ones to finally get that wave.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you currently working on right now over there?
So I mainly got sent over for content reasons. One of our TOs is our main partner, so we do content with them. So it's Blast Premiere. That's already done. I've done a couple sponsors deliverables, and I'm on the last leg of this esports documentary. And once that's done, I'm heading back home.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
That sounds cool.
Stay tuned. Do you have like a date for when that might be released for anybody that's listening?
I think it'll be 2 weeks from now.
Awesome.
So I'm curious about something actually. Being that you're on the road and stuff like that, what does your mobile workflow look like? Like, do you have a laptop? Do you have gear that you just bring in cases everywhere you go? Like, what do you have with you?
So gear wise, I run a Sony A7 III as a
That's
B
nice
cam.
Yeah.
The main camera is a Blackmagic 6K.
Of course.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's the next
why I
cameras we're
saved
buying
it-
for this
saved-
podcast.
I saved it for last.
Yeah. Which it's in the budget, our $4 budget we made so
I'm
far.
looking to see where,
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, work with what you have, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what happened in Denmark as well. I had two cameras and I had two cam links, luckily, and I was able to just use my cameras as the webcams, even though they were quite high quality. But
that was the other item that was price gouged was
Yeah,
cam
cam
links.
links were up high too.
yeah,
Because
Or you
I was
can
helping
find them.
a local church with streaming, and I was like, I need to find a couple cam links, and they were like $300 or $400 too. I'm like, come on now.
yeah. So yeah, I have a Pelican case. I have suitcase full of like half the suitcase is just full of gear, and the other is clothes. Laptop. There's pre-COVID, I brought 2 laptops. Now during COVID, I only bring 1 laptop. Sometimes the tournament organizers provide an extra computer.
That's nice.
So
nice,
that's
actually, yeah.
in this case, I have a full computer with me.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Wait, so are you staying in like a hotel, or do you actually like booked up in a house right now?
Hotel apartment.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I didn't know how it was a good deal with it living in a working out of a hotel for that long.
Yeah.
How
Now
that-
do
Yeah.
they give you rides to and from places, or do you have to Uber everywhere?
The company pays for the Ubers.
I can't put the lifestyle would be so like it'd be fun. It'd be a blast.
Sure. Yeah.
I just
Oh yeah,
it's so
it's definitely fun. It's definitely fun.
it's so crazy to see all the back and forth, and you're up and moving places. Like 24 hours to be on a flight would just be like whoa.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
experience though, nonetheless.
So like,
when we were in Denmark, when we first initially got stuck for 3 months, the hotels we were staying at started shutting down one by one.
Oh yeah.
The first hotel like pulled up a fire alarm, woke all of us up. Go down there. Hey, by the way, since you're up, we pulled the fire alarm for this reason. Hey, can you're going to have to move to a different hotel because we're shutting down. And we're like, oh, okay.
So that's
great.
why they pulled it though, that just to get everybody up.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Yeah.
the easiest way to get everybody up and out.
did the fire station
Yeah.
come?
Oops.
Yeah, the fire station came.
Oh my
Just
gosh!
let them know.
Wow, that's wild.
Then we went to a second hotel. Then that like a week later, that hotel shut down, and we went to the third hotel. Honestly, I can't really complain because the star value of each hotel just went up.
They just keep going up and up.
I was like kind of praying for this one to shut down because we're at 4.5. I'm just hoping a 5 would be great.
Yeah,
That's wild.
you can only go up. You got to keep going up.
I need my morning
Yeah.
foot massage, please.
Yeah. Where's my hot towel and cucumbers?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate on the pillow.
But what the great thing is, we worked out a deal with that 4.5 since they are in the same branch of the other hotels. We worked out a deal for the price of a 3-star hotel since
Oh.
you
nice.
guys moved us so
Yeah, I was
around,
gonna say
but it's
for
on
convenience.
a monthly basis since we don't know how long we're going to be there.
Makes it nice, yeah, for inconvenience factor of having to keep moving all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So other than like you, videographer wise, in the team, who else do you have? Like a bunch of other videographers and editors, or is it just kind of a really big, like, or small skeleton crew?
So for the CS:GO team, it's me and an editor back at home in Dallas. But overall, as a content team for complexity, there's 3 videographers, 1 production manager, 2, and 3 editors,
Awesome.
and 2 graphic designers.
Out of curiosity, how many do you have any drone
I knew
operators?
exactly where you were going to ask that. Of course, he doesn't. They can just
to you,
fly it
man.
themselves. As soon as you started, so out of curiosity, I'm like, he's going to ask me if they have a drone operator.
He has a drone,
we
by
don't-
the way.
We don't have an official drone operator. I technically have a drone and I fly it.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, it's kind of. I mean, most of the stuff's inside of arena, so.
Well, and I figured, but I'm like thinking for like B-roll outside
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
arena. Or,
Yeah.
I only asked because I do drone stuff myself, but I was
Okay.
I was just curious.
You have a
Do
license?
they even? I do actually. Yes.
Nice.
But yeah, I was. What's that?
Are we gonna have a license war? Go.
A license
I'm working on my license.
Keep it in house.
Yep.
What were you gonna?
No, I was just curious as to if organizations like the one that you work for even use that kind of stuff, or if it's more just like just handheld like camera footage or that kind of stuff. How you guys would even go about anything like that.
If we are able or we have time to pull up a drone in the air, we'll do it. If we don't have the time, or we are looking at the regulations of the area, and then
Right.
of course, like it's really busy. I'm not going to try this. I'm not going to attempt it.
Yeah, you guys are pretty on the go anyways. So
Right.
you're moving all the time. Like,
Yeah.
getting to the arena,
Right.
getting set up in there and practicing beforehand. And,
That's pretty cool.
So I'm curious about something.
What?
If I'm thinking about because Kiko and I are video editors as well, not obviously not close to your degree of amateur video editors, but I'm thinking through like your workflow and how like your mobile and things like that. Do you upload your footage to like a cloud service of some kind so that other people back home can edit, or like because I know that you guys probably have spotty internet where you go. Do you guys have like your own hotspot or something and let it roll overnight? Like what do you do?
So there's like various things. Yes, we do a cloud service. We've been testing around with VPNs, with Google Drive, Dropbox. Now, and we have our own dedicated server back at home.
Nice.
But the problem is with the dedicated server, VPNs wise, we need really good internet, and most of the time hotels don't have good internet.
That was my thought.
So there's been a couple of times where I have to like just send a hard drive back at home through the mail.
Nice.
There's times where the tournament will have a strong Ethernet cable line, and you just kind of sneak in to behind the scenes and plug in.
Come in with your little 5-port router and
Exactly.
plug it in and go.
Yeah. So you just go,
Heck yeah.
talk with the guy, shake hands. Hey, how you doing? Great. I need to borrow the internet. You have a spare line? Yeah.
I only have like 2 terabytes of footage to upload. Won't take
I
very
couldn't
long.
imagine
Yeah.
how Starlink would help him on.
Oh yeah.
Starlink
the-
would be sick
Yeah.
for that purpose
Oh
too.
my gosh, the amount of internet though that goes into those freaking arenas is
Oh, sure.
crazy.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you would have
Oh,
to
yeah,
have like
yeah.
a private.
fiber and everything.
Yeah, private
Yeah,
kind
I
of
feel
thing.
like
or
I'd like
whatever.
to know speed test in some of those.
Yeah. Well, not only that, they have to deal with the concurrent connections too, which is a
Yeah.
whole nother
Yeah.
animal.
Yeah.
And if they offer
Right.
public Wi-Fi, there you go.
Yeah,
With thousands of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's crazy.
So your big project you had been working on lately was what, Through the Smoke, right?
Yep. There's Mike.
You still continue with that, or is that kind of like on hold as
That's-
stuff gets put on hold?
That is the last piece of what I'm doing
Okay.
right now.
Cool.
Just getting the last set of B-roll. I've been really slacking on the B-roll because been here for a while and just said, all right, I'll eventually get the B-roll.
Yeah.
I'm here for a while.
Kind of
And then my travel was approved, and I was like, oh, well, guys, gotta do B-roll.
We're on a timeline now. Didn't have a timeline before, but we got to go.
Yeah.
So yeah, what there was your 2 seasons, right? I saw of that.
Yeah.
So that what? Go ahead and describe that for people who might not know exactly what that series entails.
Okay. Through Smoke is a raw behind the scenes of a CS:GO team called Complexity Gaming. We started in the beginning of 2019, and we've been chugging along the way, following this team of 5 dudes play CS:GO and traveling the world.
Yeah, I was watching some more of the episodes today, and I just absolutely love the quality.
Flow,
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah. The latest one. There was like what Lamborghinis and Ferraris sitting in the background. Where in the heck were you guys at?
We were in Denmark, and it was very weird. Like somehow we got really lucky to get to have this esports LAN center to be open for us to just play at. They shut down during COVID, but they allowed us to use their facility. They had an indoor gym, and they had this in-house studio, and it was crazy to me that they had all this gear, like $10,000 like worth of gear, and they didn't have a videographer like on site, or they didn't have anyone hired for that type of equipment. But they saw me and they're like, "Oh, you're a videographer. You can use whatever you want in this room." And I was like, "Yeah, that's cool, man. I think my gear's fine." I walked in, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
But,
They landed in Ty Lopez's garage.
yeah,
Yeah, but that Lamborghini or not Lamborghini, two Lamborghinis,
yeah.
was in a different facility. And when Denmark was opening back up, the first location we were at decided wanted to open up, so we moved to that second location, and they had Lamborghinis everywhere. We're just like, okay, this guy is either a millionaire or like I don't understand. I just don't
Grand
understand.
Theft Auto a couple times.
Yeah, apparently he's a multi-millionaire in Denmark. He owns all the camera gear. He also owns a lot of Legos, Lego collector sets. By far, that was such a dream. I had never seen so much like Lego collector sets in one like room.
Did he have a Lego room?
No, he didn't. He didn't have a Lego room.
Like
He
a-
That
just
would have
had-
been like next level.
Yeah.
He just had
probably working
boxes full of unopened collector sets.
Well, I might not miss one of these if they just
Yeah.
disappear and go to my bag. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Bags,
I mean, he's got a lot. You know, he can't keep track.
I mean that Batmobile is like $200.
That's nothing
Yeah.
for some of the stuff,
Yeah.
though. Some of the Star Wars stuff, holy crap,
Yeah.
that's expensive.
Yeah.
The
He
biggest
had
one
like
that
3 Millennium Falcons,
yeah,
one
those things are
Death
ginormous.
Star,
Holy
even
crap.
the like Harry Potter castle.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
It was intense.
Dang.
yeah. I would love to be rich enough to be able to afford the Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Did you ever see? I don't know what footage or what YouTube channel that was, but they dropped it. They like picked it up,
Oh, yeah.
and they had to.
It was
Indie
backyard science or something like that. With
Oh.
they did the one where they hooked a Death Star up to a rocket sled and like sent it straight.
The one I'd seen, I think it was somebody else, but they had a 360-degree track that ran around and a camera that would go around real fast but shoot slow mo.
Oh, wow.
They dropped this the Star Destroyer straight nose first down in.
I'm not sure I've
Just
seen
And
that.
I mean, it
crumbles.
was and they were spinning
Wow.
around and it was like super fast. The camera was going, but it was super
that'd be-
super high rate of speed or
sick.
frame rate.
Yeah.
And you just
I know
like,
slow mo
for-
guys did that for a while, but I don't think they're
I
the
don't
ones that
remember
did
who
that.
it was, but
Yeah.
it just like it made me sick in my stomach to watch a.
How much was your Apollo when you bought
I didn't buy that. It was Thad's.
those Thads? How much was
Yeah,
that?
I don't know how much the Apollo one. That was the biggest one. It took us, 2 of us, 5 hours to put that big Apollo Saturn V rocket
It's
together.
wild.
The one you're talking about is from The Wired.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the first thing that pops up in YouTube.
The infamous Googs.
Yes.
That's fine.
So, getting on in this in esports, like what got you into? I know you said you started with kind of doing like the little infamous thing, but what got you into the whole idea of it? I want to do esports stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, before esports, I really had a crummy job. My previous boss hired me on as a social media marketer, and in the middle of doing the job, they were launching a website, and I just basically said, that is a crummy website. You shouldn't be releasing that anytime soon. And they looked at me and they said, we've been working on it for X amount of months. Can you do better? You don't even have experience in web development,
Right.
of course, because I didn't put that on my resume.
Yeah.
I kind of hid it away because I didn't want to deal with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so, but I just said, look, I'll build something in 3 hours, and you give me, a pay bump. And he's like, okay, let's test the theory.
Nice.
And I did it in under 3 hours and got the pay bump. It was nice.
Hey.
But also there's a double-edged sword to that. Now I'm the web developer and a social media marketer for
Of
this company.
course.
Oh, you can do that?
course.
Well, here you go.
Here we go. Yeah. And so I was in a small box room. Imagine like a closet size room. No windows. It was just me and the boss, and that's pretty much it. And sometimes the boss is not even there. It's just me. So it was kind of crummy, and I didn't want to deal with that anymore. And I was doing wedding photography on the side, but still, it was just like that. That was unstable as well.
Yeah.
And so when I went to the first Call of Duty tournament, I kind of just went there, took photos, and a small org saw me and they asked if I'm going to the next one. And that's when I decided, all right, I'll go to the next one. Then eventually I went to the next one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Snowball.
It just slowly snowballed.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
And you said you've been with Complexity 3 years, did you remember?
Yes.
Cool.
Or almost 3 years. It's 2 and 7
Cool.
months.
And how did that fall into your lap?
Oh, that was crazy too. So it's. I think I was talking with someone the other day, and they put it very well. It's all about how you market yourself and how you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
When I first joined esports, the first event, that Call of Duty event, I kind of gauged on where I fit myself as a photographer in this, I guess, role or in this industry.
How to be different.
How to be different, or like how is everyone doing it in esports?
Yeah.
So that first event, I kind of talked to like at least 20 people per day. I talked to the casters, I talked to players, orgs, amateur players, even spectators. I just talked to so many people. I just wanted to know this esports space much better. And I think by the end of the first day, I realized how the photographers are doing their getting their work out there. Mm-hmm. So I strategized how to get myself out there. And technically what I did the next day was it's kind of looked down upon in my field, but I had to like put myself out there.
You got to do what you got to do sometimes.
Yeah.
You started an
and so
OnlyFans account.
Sadly, OnlyFans account didn't exist back then.
Because I looked into it.
So I tried it on Farmers Only, and that didn't work.
Oh yeah, Farmers Only. I actually know a guy who did a Farmers Only ad.
Someone did.
Well, no,
did Kevin's.
he was in the ad. He was in the ad.
Oh, he made it to an ad. That's high level.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'll send it to you one day.
Yeah.
So I went to the event the next day, and I basically shot every amateur in the amateur league, and I edit on the spot.
Okay.
And then I sent it to my phone since I had an Apple device.
Yeah.
And I went to every amateur there and said, I'll give you the photo for free if you give me a shout on Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
And to them, they thought I was going for follows.
Yeah.
But for me, I didn't care for follows. I care for what the orgs represented them.
Yeah.
That's genius.
And so,
Yep.
And so the orgs later on contacted me, hey, we love your photos. Are you going to the next event? I said, yes, I'm going to the next event. And then they hired me.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good strategy to put yourself out there that way.
So why do they frown upon that? You're talking about the process of taking photos on the spot and providing it to them?
You're trying to use somebody else probably to get.
No, so it's called racing to the bottom. It's like you're shooting for free for exposure.
Right.
Gotcha.
And there's a whole talk about you're a freelancer, know your value, know your worth.
Yeah.
Right.
But I kind of just use it to my advantage, just to get out there.
Yeah.
Which obviously worked.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you mean by that, but like, it's kind of like everything is so saturated right now. Doesn't that kind of go out the window now with the way that marketing works even now?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's because it's word of mouth at that point.
Yeah.
And I'm starting with nothing, so I need some credibility.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But I feel like that route may not work for everybody.
Right.
Because I mean, if it's word of mouth, like if it doesn't get to the right ears, I mean, it's only going to go so far.
Well, and you did the right thing too, because you took it a step further from what other people do. A lot of content creators talk about that networking is like the key to getting yourself out there and going to those events at like TwitchCon and things like that for streamers and
it's about who you know,
know, and getting to know people like that and taking pictures of them, posting everywhere and tagging. And it is about lining up with other people's own credibility to then not just to boost yourself, but to get yourself out there to be, and then use your talent for what it deserves, which is money. So
after that event, I went to the New Orleans event. I think it's 3 months later, I was doing all these events and I built up, I guess, the credibility because I started working with the Mavs Gaming, the 2K League. Their director at Esports. I told him, look, man, I see this job opportunity for Complexity. He just said, I'll send you a recommendation. I know the CEO personally.
Wow.
Nice.
Then I also had a call with a Rocket League. I think he was an analyst or like content producer for NBC. I gave him a call. Yeah, it was a call. We were talking on the phone, and he said he will send me his recommendation to Complexity as well. If you don't know who he is, he's Mike Pensville. He's the owner of Dignitas, CEO of
Dignitas.
Dignitas now.
Yeah.
And so he sent his recommendation. I went to the interview. Jason Lake was my second interview person, and he looked at my resume and he's like, "How long is your esports history?" And I looked at him, 3 months, and he just gave me the widest eye. How the heck are you in this? Interview? That's a good question, but I think my recommendations can help me with that.
And that's kind of one of those things. That's all who you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, it helps to get yourself out there and just talk to as many possible people as you possibly can. Like I know I did that with like TwitchCon when I was just trying to grow as a streamer. Oh my gosh, I went to as many panels as I possibly could. If I like just a chance to talk to any small indie developer to see where I could catch a break and like try to get a game that I could maybe do something with or whatever. Who knows?
Stream it for him or something.
Yeah.
It's all about how you put yourself out. And the way you did that, you said it was kind of frowned upon, but I think you did it kind of more in the
there was tact involved with yours.
Yeah, it wasn't just I'm just doing this for the cloud. I'm just doing this for for the follows. I'm doing this because I want to grow myself. So that to me says like it's leaps and bounds, and that's probably why it worked because you were doing it for the right reason.
And he's providing value.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You were still being able to give something back to somebody and go, look, here's this awesome picture if you want to use it as a profile picture because a lot of esports players, they're not videographers, they're esports players.
Yeah.
And so they're doing that for a reason. So they might not always have, a really awesome, people probably take pictures of a lot of people of like that, but they will then have one that you can use as a profile picture, or just throw up for yourself as marketing.
Yeah.
And have something to offer to them. So we talked a little bit quickly about the nominations. Have you been nominated for anything else other than the esports videographer?
As of 2020, that's what I have so far.
That's like the biggest, for me, I think the biggest nominations you can get for when it comes to the esports stuff. I mean, that's the
at
biggest
least in esports. Yeah. Last year, Through the Smoke was nominated for Tempest Award, but I think we were just runner-up for that.
That's awesome, though. Is it good? I mean, it's kind of snowball. Once you're in it once, it's going to be a lot easier to get back into it.
As long as you show up.
Yeah. As long as you keep doing what you're doing and keep improving, stuff like that, you'll constantly. Now, is that something you apply for? Or was that something you were offered, or said that, hey, we want to nominate you?
I think the process is you kind of campaign for yourself initially.
I remember voting for you for last year. I voted as much as I possibly could and sent it out to a bunch of people.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice. Initially, it's just you kind of put yourself out there, ask for your small fan base to help you get nominated. And after the nomination is approved, you're in full campaign mode, trying to be number one. But it's also you also put in your work and submit your work and whatnot.
Using your class president skills.
Problem is, I was the loner in the classroom. So.
Last one picked for kickball for me.
Okay, so a little side thought. We do a lot of side thoughts here.
Yeah.
That whole class president thing. I got to my senior year in high school, and it's that time of the year. Everybody's campaigning. They got their 4 people, vice, secretary, and treasurer.
Yeah.
So there was 3 people that came up to me, and I wasn't best friends with them. And they're like, "Hey, we just need somebody to be treasurer." And I'm like, "Okay, sure, whatever," because I don't think we're gonna get it. And I didn't do anything about it. And I said sure just because they asked. Right. And then sure enough, whenever the announcement was made, it was like, "Oh, I'm class treasurer now." I was not ready for that. And I'm a bad class treasurer because I have no idea.
You need to understand, I just dropped all of my money on 10 cookies at the lunch. So I'm terrible with my money. Wrong choice.
I don't even know what.
I never had to deal with that. So.
Man. Reminds me of school pizza, man. School pizza and cookies. The square pizza.
The rectangle pizza.
Oh my gosh, man.
Oh my god.
That was the best pizza.
You could use it as a door opener, door holder, a door stop. I don't know what those things are called.
I had a relationship with my lunch lady where she'd kind of slip me another piece.
Don't go any farther than that.
No, I'm not. No,
it was right?
It was strictly professional.
All right, that's what they all say. Until you end up in the news.
But she would hold on to an extra cookie.
Was her name Helga?
No.
Oh, I figured. Big old lady.
Would you like your pizza?
Here's your pizza, Brandon. Roz from
yeah, sweetie.
Roz from Monster Inc.
Yeah.
Roz from Monster Inc. is actually voiced by a guy from Dover.
No.
Yeah, it's a guy.
Wait, what?
Shoot, I met the guy.
We've got podcast ADD.
Yeah, we do. I met him. He's from here. He went to Kent, and he came back when I was there, and he kind of talked about how he got started.
That's really cool.
Toy Story. He got started with Toy Story, and he voices Doug. He voices Ray the Stingray, and Finding Nemo.
Really?
He voiced Roz.
Wow.
You guys know that Pixar short? What's the old guy playing chess by himself?
Yes.
So the funny thing was he did the voice for that, even though there's actually no talking. When he walks across it, and he goes, and he's like, yeah. So that's all I had to do was, and he's like, in Japanese, it's, it was like, you don't have to translate it. Bob Peterson, that's his name.
From Dover. Right here.
I think he went to Dover High School. Well, okay, so if you look on the sash of what's his name in Up, there's a little Dover tornado.
No way.
Yeah. What? Blow your mind. So the town right next to us.
Yeah.
We're in New Philadelphia, the rival town for New Philadelphia. None of us went to New Philly. Did you went to Dover, right, Kevin?
For a while.
Weirdo. But Dover. But yeah, there's a little Dover tornado patch on there.
That's awesome, actually.
Yeah. Anyhoozle, off topic. So you done Through the Smoke. Has that been your main focus kind of since starting with Complexity, or what other series or type of videos have you done in the past?
that is basically my bread and butter. There is one more. It's called Legend of. It's supposed to be like a player profile type deal, but we've stopped since COVID.
Gotcha. Now I've seen that they've done something with Post Malone. Were you there were you one shooting that video?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Whoa.
How was it experiencing that? Because he was with the team playing, right?
Yeah. So we were playing Call of Duty with Post Malone. It was kind of funny. It was like
just chilling out.
it was like our idea, but we didn't know how serious it was going to happen, because we're partnered with where our sister company is the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, that's why you guys kind of got the same kind of start.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and so we kind of made a joke with our like upper management. You know what would be a cool thing? We hang out with Post Malone. I don't know how we can make it work. And some reason, literally that like same week, they came back to us. You wouldn't have guessed who we met. It was Post Malone's dad.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Because his dad works at the stadium for the Cowboys, and so we managed to work out an opportunity where we got to meet him and hang out with him.
So is that like the biggest celebrity you ever worked with?
I think so. I mean,
He seems like a super chill dude.
Yeah, how was he like
he
off
is
camera?
he is super chill.
Yeah.
He is super chill.
He's super kind, like over the top courteous about everything.
You're talking like Snoop Dogg chill?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Snoop,
In a way, yeah.
Snoop has a little bit of
maybe.
In a
sass.
way. I mean, he'll smoke. He smokes a little bit.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Without the
wait,
smoke
wait.
part,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
that's funny.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. It had to have been an experience for sure.
Yeah.
And then being able to videotape
Yeah.
and document it, man, it's like a whole other level.
So like, what's like your all-time favorite project that you've ever worked on?
Through the Smoke is probably the only all-time favorite. So just filmed by me, and I travel with the team, and yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it was a cool opportunity, and I was given the opportunity to film it. Yeah.
Are you editor on that as well?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
We have a dedicated editor for Through the Smoke,
Nice.
and he's really good. He's done many documentaries, does music videos, and so his sound work is like top notch.
What does he use? Let me guess. Does he use Premiere?
Yeah.
Ah, good guess. I know. I love Premiere. So like Brandon and I used to use Premiere religiously for years, but like for the stuff that we do, we just ended up. I don't know if you ever heard of Filmora.
More, yeah.
Yeah,
Wondershare.
Well, yeah, it's. I mean, it's.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
for
yeah.
what for all we need to edit this podcast. Like I was like looking, I'm like, man, I only use like 10% of Premiere.
They actually have a
Yeah.
direct integration with After Effects libraries too. Like it's interesting.
Oh wow.
Filmora.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, their pro version. You can browse the Adobe library straight from their program.
Interesting. That.
And they have their
That's
own
pretty cool.
library as well.
I mean, they had their own library. So your favorite camera rig? I know you kind of mentioned a little bit ago. What do you, if you had, I guess let's just go this route. If you had unlimited money and you could
That's
use
a loaded
whatever
question,
I
Adam.
know. No, it's not loaded. It's just, like, what's your favorite stuff? Like if you could dream up a camera rig to use for Through the Smoke, what would it be?
Honestly,
I'm really quick.
it's really. I had to think on that one too. I mean, what I currently use is already good enough. I can't really ask for more
Yeah, Blackmagic
because
cameras.
if I ask for more, there's things that are the bags get heavier, and I don't want to deal with that.
That's true.
And also, I'm a solo videographer.
Yeah.
I don't have an assistant with me, or I don't have like another shooter on me with me, because we try to be nimble and lean.
Yeah.
Which I wish we had another videographer or another photographer, but I will. Is what I can do.
We'll put in a good word for you.
Yeah. Just pick me. Just pick me. I can do something. I'm gonna be the boom operator, the mic guy. But I always want to get I want to always get the mic just scooch down into the
Yeah.
the frame.
That's
I know
that's
they
your- that's your
I know
motto.
they wanted the same quality as like all or nothing from Amazon Prime videos. It's like the football series behind the scenes.
Okay.
But they have like multiple cameras going on, and I can't do that.
I mean, you got two arms, right?
Right. I mean,
two
okay,
different angles, you know?
I have done dual wield cameras
Have
before.
you?
Do like a Doc Ock suit, just like arms sticking out of it with different angles.
Yeah,
Two,
yeah,
two
yeah.
steady cams mounted, you know, one arm on
So,
each
like-
side.
Like how many lenses do you travel with right now?
Let's see. I don't have the 70 to 200, so right now I have 4.
I guess right.
We got numbers up on our hands.
We're all holding our fingers up. We guess how many.
I'm thinking through like, okay, he's probably got like a nice wide angle. He probably has a good like 50 millimeter, like maybe
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
And he's like 4.
Yeah,
I threw up 4 and Kevin threw up.
5.
I couldn't see it at 5. And the winner chicken dinner.
Yeah.
So yeah, you said your A7S right now is what you're rocking.
A7S is B cam and Blackmagic 6K
Gotcha.
as an A cam.
So what made
Actually, the
you
Blackmagic is a recent upgrade.
Nice.
what made you like decide to go with Sony?
I think when the Complexity first gave me a budget for cameras, they already had the Blackmagic Ursa and the GH4. The previous videographer got a bigger budget than me, and so he purchased those. And when I came on, they gave me a small budget and said, choose a camera that you want to choose. You know, the A7 III just recently came out, so I said, all right, I've worked with a Sony before. I know how it works,
Sure.
and also it's very good at running gun shoots because at the time we were doing running gun shoots.
That was mirrorless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it makes it a lot
And so
smaller and easier.
I picked
to go.
up the Sony.
Yeah, and it's an overall good package when you think of like size and mainly for you needed size, but also the high quality, and that those Sonys are top notch. I mean, you don't want to run with like a whole red rig or anything like that.
Right.
Those are lightweight, right?
You can reach out to Linus. He's water cooled him now.
Yeah,
We did have the Ursa back then.
that's a big one.
It's quite a chunky boy.
Have you ever or do you currently use any sort of like a gimbal?
Do you guys use a drone?
I do have a personal drone. The company does have a drone.
Nice.
But a gimbal, we do have Ronin S.
Nice.
Nice.
We even have the big Ronin M, but no one uses that anymore since the S has come out.
Sure.
And also we don't have the big cameras anymore, or the Ursa.
Yeah, 'cause big cameras. You're talking about even fatigue about your arms all day long trying to, film.
Yeah.
And deal with that.
I used to carry with a gimbal, but it's also another bag that I have to deal with. So I strapped that.
Yeah, Ronins ain't small. Those are pretty hefty.
Yeah, and with you
The
especially,
hefty
you
boy.
mentioned it before, you're running gun.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
to follow.
Yeah.
So now, like, when it comes to when Complexity is playing, actually, like in the tournament, and they're the one up right now, are you able to like be on the stage and get footage for that for your own use, or is that like kind of only set up for only?
So it's different from every tournament organizer. Sometimes they allow me to be on stage and be up front as long as I'm not interfering with their broadcast view. But most of the time that's like on the side. I'm usually in front of the players.
Gotcha. And you are able to pull from their. Do you have access then from their broadcast feed, or like you just pull from their final?
We stream rip.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be easier because then it makes it easier to get those, those boom shots that come across the crowd and up onto the stage and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
I was curious too, like, because we have a bouncing from question to question for you, keeping everything sane and normal. How is it like with the team? Like, have you gotten pretty close to the teammates and things like that? Like, do you have a good relationship with them? Does it make work a little bit easier?
Yes. I think it's very important to build a relationship with the team, get as close as possible, because in the moments of during the interviews or just like hanging out with them, they will do the silly things or give me a deeper, rich story behind their actions.
I'm sure being with them as much as you are, you probably learn a bit more about their personality and kind of the things that they would kind of pull off in game too. So you probably have an idea of kind of what to look for when you're editing and what to shoot too.
Yeah.
That's going to be great for being able to work with the team exclusively too.
Yeah. I'm in their WhatsApp. I hear all their jokes. It's very
can't put that one into the edit.
Yeah. I hear all the secrets.
Yeah. Keep it PG, guys. Keep it PG.
Yeah.
So, Complexity does Complexity have a European kind of a branch or European branch? They have European teams that all just
we don't have a European branch.
Okay.
We're mostly NA,
but
our CS:GO team is mostly EU. So that's the whole reason why we're in EU.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, there's some reason that I was thinking that they were also connected with EU.
Yeah, but before then, we also had a Rocket Team League.
You guys did, and I think
EU based.
So that's what. Okay, so that's what made me think that you guys were EU, had an EU like branch, because I remember the Complexity team being in the EU regionals or region when it came for Rocket League.
Yeah.
So like stateside, you guys have a big old complex that you guys get to do the team live in a big team house type of thing.
We don't do team houses anymore. We do apartments.
Okay.
So nice, luxurious apartment. And just down the road, there's a facility called the GameStop Performance Center. We're right next to the Star of Frisco.
Okay.
And it's like the home of the Dallas Cowboys headquarters.
Nice. Yeah, that's for a lot of people that they'll see speaking of Dallas Cowboys, that's where you'll see like the same kind of star.
Yeah,
is because Dallas Cowboys, they're not full owners; they're just partial, or like sister. How's that work with the Cowboys?
It's just sister company.
Okay.
So Jerry owns like part of the shares of Complexity, and wherever's under Jerry World, we're part of it too.
Nice.
Yeah. So do you have like, what do you want to do in the future with not only just Complexity, but your career in esports? What's like your another goal or something else that you want to like work into or focus on, or like ideas you've got without like giving out anything for anybody else to take? But like, what goals do you have to see yourself in for the future?
I can see myself transitioning out of esports videography.
Okay.
I can take that route if I really wanted to, because I can refocus back into coding. I'm really interested in AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning.
Nice.
So I do want. A friend of mine wants to start up a startup company in that realm for esports. So thinking of that. Thinking if I stay with the esports, then I would love to do more production work other than CS:GO.
Gotcha.
Try to find other games like Valorant or any other popular game that is out there.
Yeah, Valorant's going to get real big here. It's going to keep growing when it comes to esports, especially since it's kind of based around the idea and concept of CS:GO style.
Yeah. And also maybe, or even start a production company of myself in Dallas.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
You basically you're pretty much where you got options because of your skill set, basically.
Yeah.
And even what you like to do on the side too.
Yeah.
Learn a lot. So did you go to college for any of this type of stuff, or did it just happen to be like, I went to college, but then I like this better?
I went to college for computer science,
Okay.
and I jumped out for doing wedding photography and business. And I just I was doing web development on the side as well, and so I kind of just had all these skills trying to go outward too many times. Like I stretched myself too thin and I couldn't figure out what to do with everything.
Yeah. Been there, done that with myself,
Yep.
especially trying to figure out what I want to do.
Jack of all trades,
Yeah.
master of none. But
Exactly.
Yeah.
no one knows.
Yeah. And I don't even know what I'm the master of, if anything, but
Right. Like what do I do with all this stuff? I can do everything. My back then my ambitions was way too high, and
Yeah.
so I kind of pulled it back down and realized what I needed to do.
narrowed your focus
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
It was kind of like me, like all throughout high school, I had pretty much every tech class or video class or whatever type of computer class that my high school offered, which in the area at the time was massive. I had video editing as a sophomore. First learned on like, what's Apple's? Why am I blanking?
Yeah.
What's Apple's editing program?
Final
Cut.
Cut,
Jeez,
yeah.
Weezers. So I learned on that, and then I've had CAD classes in high school and animation classes, and then we have a 2-year program called Tech Prep, and I had a graphic design class and a web design class, and I learned, and then eventually turned into learning my senior year on Avid for editing, and did Avid for years, and then did Premiere, and yeah, it was kind of like after going through that, I had a lot of options on what I wanted to do, basically like tech wise. But now I'm not doing any of that.
Yeah.
I'm in the woodworking business, and I'm like up to my neck in baseball mat mugs that I'm sanding and trying to get out. So, yeah. But yeah. Do you guys have any more questions?
The only one I was thinking about is, and it's super lighthearted, is like traveling. What's the food like?
Oh yeah.
The food, like,
Who has the best food? What country or city?
who has the best food? Let's see. When I got stuck in Denmark, I ate sushi all the time.
Yeah. Right.
Nice.
Yep.
I ate sushi almost every day because one of our players loves sushi, and so that's the only thing he wanted ordered. Let's see. Then Serbia was really good. It's very Eastern European.
I don't think I'd ever know what Serbian food was like.
It's really it's pretty top tier. Let's see. Poland. Oh my God, Poland is really nice. You can go really far with $5.
Wow. That's good.
You gotta go really far. I'm telling you.
Can't even get a burger over here for that much.
Funny story in Poland. I went to Katowice for CS:GO 2019 last year, and there was a McDonald's. So McDonald's, in every different country, it's very different.
Right.
This is just a cheap, way cheaper McDonald's. $5. It was like 20 items on the list.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
crazy.
but also there was two different like hotels. Our Dota team was there as well, but they got put into like a 5-star hotel. And so I went over there, and they had a breakfast or a breakfast lunch deal where it's 2 for $20, but it's like two salmons for $20, 2 steaks for $20. It was just all this very expensive food that you could imagine just for $20, but you get 2.
Wow.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
From the hotel?
Yeah, from the hotel. It was really nice.
Hey, Applebee's, step up your game.
Yeah.
Right.
Can't even feed a family for that much nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been eating really nice here in the UK as well. I've ate a Michelin star Indian food, steak the other day, prime steak. Really,
Man.
it was
Like,
just a lot of good food.
when's the last time you actually cooked?
2 months ago when I was
And aside from the ramen,
Ramen in the microwave at the hotel.
2 months ago.
That's awesome.
when I'm at home, I cook because
Yeah.
I'm paying for that
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah, oh yeah,
But-
that's true.
but the company pays for everything here. So
when you eat on the company's card, it's good eatings. It
I
always
think-
just feels
yeah.
good. Like you
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah.
a $5 burger, but on the company card feels so much better than $5
Oh,
burger
yeah.
on your card. It could be the exact same
Yeah, yeah.
burger, but it's just something because I've done that. Like I traveled for our IEEE club. We did a robotics competition down in Louisville,
Just buying a
Kentucky.
coffee.
And like, but we had like a large amount of like money allotted for each of us for food.
Yeah.
And like
yeah,
every day
yeah.
I was down to have steak.
Quick disclaimer, so I don't get in trouble. We do have a budget.
Yeah, yeah.
So if it's over the budget, I will pay for myself.
Absolutely. We'll cut that part out for you.
I'll edit my voice in over top of that. And make it sound like you. But it's just funny how like, same thing just tastes so much better.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah,
picking up
yeah.
coffee and things like that. I'm just like, this coffee tastes better right now because I didn't
Yeah.
before it.
Just gotta
The McDonald's here is in the UK is way better.
Really?
It's probably way better. Chewy
Yeah.
even says that his stuff like just the amount of different stuff like if they have when he's been because Chewy doesn't have anything on his island, but
Yeah.
when he's been over in Europe, it's so much probably less
No, it's
processed.
it's like made with real meat.
Yeah.
You know.
Ours is
Cat meat.
don't even know
Yeah.
what meat
Yeah.
combination of stuff. But for some reason that tastes so good.
Yeah.
Like, the Burger
Yeah.
King that we had
Yeah.
right as we were setting everything up,
great.
that Burger King was great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not great for me. But my insides are telling me so. But so kind of wrapping up, where can everybody that's listening like find you at? Like you have a website which is everywheresean.com, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Twitter's everywhere, Sean, right?
Everywhere. Twitter's everywhere Sean as well. And then what's the complexity so I don't get it wrong? What's their website?
Website is complexity.gg.
Okay.
Of course, GG.
And
G, always.
Everything's GG.
Of course, good game.
Yep. I want to have a GG.
Twitter is just complexity. And if you haven't already, small plug.
Yeah,
I'm-
plug
I'm
away. So
nominated for the
here's your time. Plug. This is what we want. This is what we want you to do. We want you to plug your stuff. Honestly,
Shameless plug.
And mute. Just kidding.
no. Honestly, yes. Plug away because that's what I'm all about. That.
Yep, go for it.
Nice. Yeah, shameless plug. I'm nominated for the Esports Awards for the videographer 2020 videographer of the year. You can go vote at esports.com or esportsawards.com/creative vote. I'm the guy with a thumbs up and a HyperX jacket on. But also Through Smoke is nominated for 2020 content series, and Complexity
Nice.
Gaming is nominated for esports content team of the year.
Heck yeah,
That's great.
So I'm gonna make sure I'll put all that stuff up on
Video
on
too.
the screen, and then we'll also plug all of that in the descriptions and
Yep.
put the links in there so everybody can get to those easier.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we were. So I'm like, well, transparency. I was like super nervous going into this because I was like, I want to make sure everything works. We barely got the test through last week because I was going to use Chewy to test with Discord, but Chewy's internet, of course, on the island went out. So we
Sounds
had
like
to,
a
test
robot
it.
Yeah.
whenever he disconnects.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
like,
no.
man, I was really hoping everything worked. I hope everything sounded good, and I was like super nervous just because we're still learning about how we want to do ourselves here and kind of jive and learn our system that we're using here at the studio. But but yeah. So if you have do you have any final words?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for at least stopping in and giving us your time. And it's getting late over there. What time do you usually go to bed? You not
That's a good question. I don't know.
whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, whenever I feel like it at this point. Today, I think all my lack of sleep has compounded to the point where, hey, by the way, you're sleeping the whole day.
Yeah.
You're not getting up.
It's a good day, especially around here. It's a
I
rainy
actually
day.
I woke up 6 hours ago. So
Oh, yeah. That's the way to do it.
I guess another question I got: what games are you playing? Any games right now? Are you video gaming? at all?
been playing a lot of Warzone, Apex, a lot of BR games, but not Fortnite. Been playing CS because I'm part of the CS team.
Yeah. You need to be familiar with the game.
TFT. There's one more. I feel like there is one more. Not Among Us. I only played Among Us for like maybe for like a few rounds, and then I got really bored of it.
Yeah.
I'm not
You got to
really.
find the right.
I'm not
group of
really.
people for
Yeah.
sure.
It's a
Yeah,
party
yeah.
game, definitely.
Yeah.
How much longer do you think that game it goes before it dies out on Twitch? I gave it 2 weeks last week.
It's close.
Oh,
It's close.
I say another month because there's at least another game out there. There's that Ghost game coming that came out recently.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't remember that. I don't even remember how to pronounce the name of it. But it was
I
like,
think I've seen
It's like Plasmamorphia or something.
yeah, it was really awkward. Like try to pronounce, which I'm not good at pronouncing stuff like that. Brandon's looking it up real quick, but yeah, I saw that. Well, the funny thing was like when Among Us became popular on Twitch, like I didn't realize it was an older game. I thought it was just brand spanking new, because usually brand spanking new games are the ones that make it the top.
2018, man.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
I don't. I'd like to know what snowballed that on Twitch. Like what one big streamer decided. Like I don't even. What was the story of Among Us and how it became the #1 Twitch game for this month?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could just figure that out for every game and then get ahead of that and then start streaming it, and then you'd have your golden ticket right there.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, if only. That seems like the golden ticket right there.
Yeah. You can never figure out exactly how to get anywhere on Twitch. You just got to get lucky sometimes, and then put that long. Now I saw that you streamed it, but you're still streaming right now. You've been just kind of off and on, just doing it casually.
Been off and on mostly.
Yeah, that's kind of where I ended up being. It's just for me, it was too much work, and not too much work for the time that I have at right now, type of thing. But
Yeah. The camera setup that I use is also my filming gear.
heck
So
yeah, why wouldn't I use it?
Phasmophobia.
Yeah. Phasmophobia.
Yeah.
That's it.
Phasmophobia.
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 Did you have to like look up a pronunciation to figure it out?
No.
No. I mean, I would have.
Phasmo and
Phas-
phobia.
It's like fat with a PH.
Yeah.
That's fat.
Plasmophobia. Plasmophobia.
Phasmophobia. That's what I'm calling it from now on. No, like I don't play like you guys tried to get me into playing Among Us, and it's not like I hated it and didn't want to. I just didn't have
You hated
like.
it.
No, I don't hate it. I was watching Dr. Lupo play it before I came here.
Yeah.
So I mean, I watch it, but it's just like the time, like I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't was like I don't know. But I'm a party gamer though. Like I don't play any games that are single player hardly anymore. I don't even play like right now we're playing Scum.
Yeah.
And like I don't hardly even play that. Every once in a while I'll play it by myself if nobody else is on. But I'm just so much into just
What is Scum?
it's like kind of like DayZ. It's a survival game. Yeah.
Okay.
But instead of like zombies, they're considered puppets, and it kind of delves a little farther into like what you eat, and it's in early access right now. But there's you worry about like what you eat and the metabolism, and it kind of delves farther into some
You have
of
a whole
that
like
type.
statistic board of your vitals and things like that you have to worry about. Your gear can get wet. You've got to dry it off.
And it's cool because like the way they do it, like most games, if your character just even gets slightly wet, your whole body's just wet.
Yeah.
Well, Scum, like when you walk into the water, you first start off if only your shoes are in the water, only your shoes get wet, and then your shoes will be wet, but then you could walk out of the water, but that will slowly saturate into your pants, just like it would in real life.
Yeah.
And so it slowly saturates, and it's cool, the little intricacy things that they do.
But it's not just to be wet. Like it adds weight.
Adds weight, and it makes
And
you
things like
harder,
that makes it harder to run
endurance goes
around.
down, and then with it being an early access, it's
Chafing,
almost halfway.
all of that's involved.
Yeah, you gotta use powder. I mean, clothes degrade over time, like color, like they get dirty, so you find soap.
Use soap, yep.
Yeah, just it's like a bunch of little things that just make that game kind of set apart.
There's even probably to me the biggest
sounds
thing
like
about that game is that they make it to where if you are trying, like you're normally in third person, and so if you're trying to like do the third person look around the corner of the wall, you literally can't see anything there until your actual like
Unless you can
characters
view
see
them.
Yeah, even if
Yeah.
you're in third
Oh,
person,
wow.
The camera acts, or the game acts, it's only what your actual player, your character
Can't
actually
see.
sees.
Right.
So until you lean out on the
Interesting.
wall,
Yeah.
like you could be standing out in the open, but I'm not going to see you until my character actually sees
Right.
you.
You can hear them, but
Okay.
It's cool because then you level up through like awareness and all that other stuff, and it's a cool thing because they're
Crafting.
it's 4.0 right now. They're going to be the next update's going to be really big. They're going to be halfway through their early access phase to be in a complete
Okay.
game. But like the next update is rumored that like a lot of the metabolism stuff's gonna be a thing to where like if you eat really crappy all the time, your guy's gonna start gaining weight.
Yeah.
Your endurance is gonna go down. You're gonna suck at like strength stuff.
Right.
We've got pain medicine in the game now, vitamins, things like that. You have deficiencies you got to take care of. And
So all that stuff will then a lot of the stuff doesn't affect you right now. Like if I have a protein deficiency in the game, but it eventually will start affecting how your character. I think you can even like they have options because you create your character in the beginning like body shape, and then you can choose about like the stats that you want to put towards like other stuff like that. And some of the stuff they're going to give you like I forget the wording, but you can give your character like alcoholism or like different like struggles that your character has to work through.
Struggle.
That honestly, I don't know if you've seen that, Brandon? Or
Pornography.
Kevin? No, but like you see, it's grayed out. It's in the menu actually right there right now. You just can't use that slider, but like stuff like that, you can pick up a pack of smokes in game. Like if you would,
Oh, like a
can't use it
tobacco
right
addiction?
now. Yeah.
give yourself a little bit of a crutch or like a, what do you call that? Handicap on the way,
Yeah.
way in.
Yeah. So that's a lot of really cool stuff, but it's really buggy because then, the other night Chewy and I were playing and our truck's really bugged out, and the next thing you know, we both get in it and the truck just goes straight up and we clear the trees.
Yeah.
We just launched straight up. It was like we were on a freaking trampoline, and it probably did it about 20 times before the server finally was working towards that server restart time. I'm like, hopefully it resets itself and it's good after server resets, and it was fine after that. But I mean, you can base build. That's one of the newer things you can do.
Pick lock. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
Sounds like a like a very high detail escape from Tarkov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of in a sense, yeah.
It's a mix of Tarkov
You're
and
just
Daisy.
you're not on a time crunch
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah. And the map's pretty big too.
Yeah.
I mean, it just until just this time playing it, because we kind of ended up going through phases like most people do with games, but that game you kind of play through it, or like the last time we ended up, our base got raided because we were dumb on some of our base building aspects, and then we're like, we're just good for now. We'll get back into it later.
Yeah.
But we learned each time. But it was just until this play session where Chew and I finally explored one part of the whole like section, the quadrant of the map that we haven't even been to, just because it's enough to do in one section. But yeah, so yeah, we're definitely gonna plug all your stuff in our social medias, even though it's not a really big following, but we're getting there. We're a little we're a humble little group here.
We're at around 20 concurrent listeners right now, which is pretty big.
Our current balance is what, $4.12. We're getting so we can almost afford that $5 burger we talked about a little bit ago.
We should go to we should take that money to the EU and get more food for our money, though.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ship it over. We'll send it to Sean. PayPal it to Sean. He can buy us the burger. We'll send it back.
And we'll figure out a way to do our podcast over there while we're at it.
Exactly.
To let you know how those burgers are.
Listen, it's mobile. We can go mobile with this thing.
Yeah, there you go.
I just don't know how Rick would like it.
I mean, we did all this over 4G, so
Yeah, we're not the only ones that use this awesome studio. And so
Have one of us stay back here and set all this stuff up.
we'll just all Discord in.
Yeah.
But stick around real quick. We're gonna end the show. We're gonna throw our outro song in, and it was a pleasure having you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later. See us next week for episode
10.
10.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
We survived.
We've survived
Beat
10.
the statistic.